Welcome back to another video on my channel, Fruits of the Spirits. Today's question is, why did Jesus disrespect traditions? Jesus Christ did seem to not care about the traditions that the Jews and elders of that time held dear, and the purpose of this video is to find out why. The most notable tradition that Jesus didn't follow was that of the Sabbath day. On the Sabbath day, the Jews were not to work, according to Deuteronomy chapter 5 verses 12 to 15, and in Exodus chapter 20 verses 8 to 11. We see that the Sabbath was created for the Israelites to have a rest day, because God had rested on the seventh day, when he finished creating the universe, in Genesis chapter 2 verses 2 to 3. Now, the Sabbath day wasn't supposed to then decide if the Son of God was righteous or not. The Sabbath was also not to become a god itself, like the early Jews made it to be. They also wanted to kill Jesus because he had healed someone on the Sabbath day, in John chapter 5 verses 5 to 16. When something good becomes like that, the only thing left is for it to be disregarded. The Pharisees, scribes, and the elders were also like that. Their job was to lead people to God, but instead they led people away from him, as Jesus Christ had stated in Matthew chapter 23 verse 13. And how about we take a look at that? But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Instead of trying to find God, they only followed tradition, and even made some extra money out of it, which Christ talked about in Mark chapter 7 verses 1 to 13. And let's take a quick look at some of the verses in that text. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, If a man shall say to his father or mother, It is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother, making the word of God of none effect through your tradition, which ye have delivered. And many such like things do ye. So after seeing what the tradition had become, Jesus had no reason to respect them. And, as I said before, all that was left was for it to be disregarded, just like the salt that has lost its savor, as Christ talked about in Matthew chapter 5 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt hath lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. And another reason why Jesus Christ did not respect the traditions was because the era of that was over. We can see that after Jesus Christ came, the way that people served God changed. Instead of animal sacrifices at the temple, as was previously mandated, Jesus Christ had paid the real ransom, which then meant that those sacrifices were no longer necessary, as was stated in Hebrews chapter 10 verses 1 to 4. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Because of this, since sacrifices were now not necessary, works and obedience from every person were now required instead, because a new covenant had replaced the old, as we see from the statements in Jeremiah chapter 31 verses 31 to 34. And I see no reason why we can't read these too. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. So, for a summary, the two reasons why Jesus Christ disrespected traditions were because the traditions became a god in the eyes of the people, and Jesus Christ's death was the precedent for a new era where those things aren't necessary. And that's the conclusion to the question of why did Jesus disrespect traditions? If you like my content and would like to see more, then you can always subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell so you'll be here when I post again. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.